Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Pozo. I'm the Director of Development for the Bucks County Opportunity Council, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 25th Economic Self-Sufficiency graduation. It's my pleasure tonight to introduce one of our county commissioners, Diane Marseglia.
Thank you. Good evening. I am here to welcome you, and actually it's like welcome you back, right? It's nice to be able to actually see actual faces again. And I'd also like to congratulate the Opportunity Council, along with Commissioner Harvey, who's here with me, wave, and Commissioner DiGirolamo, who couldn't be here, on your 25th year at Economic Self-Sufficiency. This is an amazing program that I've had neighbors, clients, and students be involved in, and this is a program that works. So I want to congratulate you. When I get up in the morning and my alarm goes off, I also get this quote of the day. So seriously, this was the quote today. The path from dreams to success does exist. And I thought, oh, look, I'm coming here tonight. I'm going to read that to you. So I just wanted you to know that I started off the day with that. And so to those of you who are here as board members, supporters, donors, advocates, volunteers, and employees, we want to say thank you from the county. We want to say thank you for being able to see something that not everybody sees, for recognizing and being touched by the fact that even though this is Bucks County, there are people who struggle. We want to thank you for recognizing it and being willing to pay it forward, to fight for social and economic justice even in Bucks County. You have all recognized that it could be a few mini events or one crisis that can literally catapult someone into a place of financial despair. But you stepped up and you've joined the fight. You're trying to clear the way so the path can be seen for the people so that they can get to success. You are truly an integral part of Bucks County's healing and healing of families here. And to those of you who are here as part of the self-sufficiency program, I remember when I was little, I heard a saying, and it said, walls that are turned sideways are bridges. So I know that you have probably faced some great big walls that may have looked like a big steel wall there, but I hope it's turned and that your path is on that bridge and you see your way to success. At the end of the day, Frida Kahlo said, we endure much more than we think we can. And indeed you have. And now we are here for you. So as you travel this path from dreams to success, my wish for all of you is just to take time and have some joy. Wrap your arms around those people in your life who love you. And when you need us, we're here to wrap our arms around you. It is an honor for the county to watch you grow. Thank you. My most important thing of the night, I almost forgot. I would like to introduce Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Diane, and it's good to be here with everyone tonight. 2 year absence. The last time we were here wasn't here. It was actually Northampton Country Club. I moved here because the RSVP list expanded, which is a good sign and a good thing. And if you look at, first of all, you know, as Diane had indicated, we are very, very blessed here in Bucks County to be gifted with a lot of nonprofits that do tremendous work. And many of them we celebrate here, some we go to Spring Mill, some Northampton. It's sort of like that rotation of locations. And they're all so special, but I think one thing we can all agree on is that the BCOC is very unique. There's no other charity, no other nonprofit that does specifically what Bucks Opportunity Council does. And the work they do is important not only because they provide economic self-sufficiency, but more importantly what that brings, which is dignity. Dignity to escape from poverty and to be able to provide for themselves health care, housing, transportation, things that are all very, very expensive right now. And the mission has become even more challenging. My staff, so we have staff split between DC and here in Bucks, and we have a retreat every year where we bring everybody together. And we haven't done it for 2 years, obviously, because of COVID, but the last time we did it, we participated as a group, as a team, in the Bucks County Opportunity Council Poverty Simulator. Many of you have probably participated in it. If you have not, I strongly encourage you to do so. What an amazing learning experience. to put yourself in the shoes of somebody going through these circumstances and the precise people that go through the program. So we just want to say here, obviously I'm here with both commissioners, and I think a few more people are going to be coming to say thank you for the work you do. You have our full, complete, unequivocal support. I know you guys are in for a project this year, which I will fight very, very hard in Washington, D.C. to deliver. And I'm looking at Aaron right now. Aaron, who does tremendous work here. Aaron and I used to work at Sesame Place together. And 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it was about 25 years ago, and say how old we are. Your son,
Yeah.
now works at Sesame Place. It's a totally different experience. But no, I just want to say thank you to the Opportunity Council, to the 25 years you've been doing this, the over 350 families that have graduated from this program. And it's not just 350 families, it's everybody that they've touched, everybody that they've taught and inspired, including the 14 families tonight who are going to be graduating. It's such an honor to have graduated from that program, and it's an honor for us to be here. So God bless. Thanks.
I'd like to introduce now Mike Mills, partner with Anthol, Maslow, and McMinn, and chair of the BCOC Board of Directors.
Thank you, Joe, for the introduction. And thanks to Commissioner Marsegli and to Congressman Fitzpatrick for the kind remarks and for all the advocacy and support that we provided over the years. It's been incredibly important for the organization to have that political backing behind the mission, and we really appreciate it. As Joe mentioned, my name is Mike Mills, and I am privileged to be a member of the board and to have the honor of being the current chair of the board of directors. And I'd like to sort of officially welcome everybody to the 25th annual, or I should say 25th graduation. It hasn't quite been exactly annual, thanks to COVID. But welcome to this graduation. It's an extra special one. It's the 25th anniversary, which you'll see through the programming tonight. It is great to be in person. This is, I think, my second in-person event since COVID, and it really is wonderful to see people in person. And while the virtual events that we've done have been wonderful, it really is great to be able to share these extra special moments. Something as profound as graduating from the Economic Self-Sufficiency Program. To be able to do that in person and to be here with family members and to have everybody do it in person is tremendous. And on behalf of the board, I want to offer a heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates and their families. It's an amazing event. This is my 4th or 5th that I've attended, and it's one of the most amazing nights that I have in every year that I've existed. It is, the journeys and the stories are absolutely amazing, and you'll hear about those tonight. And they're truly inspiring, and everybody is going to enjoy the program. To those graduates and families, you've had the courage and the fortitude to confront and overcome many obstacles on the way to economic self-sufficiency. And you've also understood the importance of reaching out to others for help and assistance. And those traits are incredibly admirable, and we can all learn a lot from the examples that you've set and that we'll hear about tonight. The board wants to also thank the BCOC staff for all the hard work. That includes not only the coaches that you'll be introduced to tonight and you'll hear about tonight, but all the BCOC staff that work along with the coaches to create all the connections and all the resources that allow self-sufficiency to occur. This event wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors. And we want to take some time right now to thank all those sponsors, and I'll recognize them and thank them in order. Anthol, Maslow, and McMinn, Bucks County Community College Foundation, BCF Group, BLBB Charitable Fund, Curtin and Hefner, DOLI Construction, DVL Group, Bob and Lori Eichfeld, Family Service Association of Bucks County, First National Bank and Trust of Newtown, Hill Wallach, Meridian Bank, People's Security Bank, Repco Law, Sherman Engineering, Stuckert and Yates, United Way of Bucks County, and Mark and Mimi Worthington. We thank them all for their support. And last but not least, we are very, very grateful for our lead sponsor, Penn Community Bank, Well, Penn Community Bank has exhibited great financial generosity to be the lead sponsor this year and in years past. Its impact on BCOC goes well beyond that financial generosity. The executive leadership and staff of Penn Community Bank have dedicated incredibly amazing number of hours and in volunteer hours to BCOC's mission, and they've also been an employer of our self-sufficiency graduates over the years. They've truly been a partner of BCOC, and BCOC is extraordinarily thankful for the many years of support that they have provided, and we hope that they will continue to provide. And with that being said, I will turn it over to Jake Pietro, who is with Penn Community Bank and who is also a member of our board of directors. And he can share more about the bank's continuing commitment and support for BCOC. Thank you.
I like that Mike and I are the same stature, so I don't have to move the mic at all. So it's great to see everyone today. As Mike said, my name is Jay Pietro. I'm the Retail Banking Director with Penn Community Bank and also a proud board member of the BCOC. And before I get into some of my prepared remarks today, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Tammy on her retirement. Congrats, Tammy. And for those of you that know Tammy or have heard her speak at this event or any other event, you'll nod your head when I say this. If the world had more Tammys, it would be a much better place. So congrats to you, Tammy. So as Congressman Fitzpatrick said, I think Mike said, it was 3 years ago today I stood on the stage. I think it was, where was it? Northampton Country Club was the last one to kick off this graduation on behalf of Penn Community Bank as the primary sponsor. And so much has changed over the past 3 years. Some good, right? I think we can all agree. Some good, some bad. And due to a lot of the bad and some of the adversity we've had to face, a lot of organizations like the BCOC and their staff have really had to step up. Obviously the BCOC has done that so many times over and over, and taken on additional responsibilities, right, Aaron? Right, Aaron? And so, love what you guys do. So resiliency is the word that comes to mind when I think that all we've accomplished. And a quick thank you to the staff that is present or not present from the BCOC. So speaking of resiliency, we've heard tonight the theme is 25 years. And to think of all the graduates and their families that have been supported over the past 25 years is really amazing. And not only the graduates, but also just the people that have been supported with resources or just overall support throughout those years. And I think Congressman Fitzpatrick said over 350 graduates, over 1,000 people in those households, which is simply amazing. And I want to take a minute, though, to talk about the impact that you might not find on the stat sheet, right? And kind of that unseen impact. And I'm a banker, and I hate to admit that in a room of 200 people, but I'm a numbers guy. And I think that unseen impact of the ES program is things like how many people got married, how many people bought cars, how many people are now homeowners because of the program, how many people had children or reunited with their children, how many people took vacations that they never thought they would be able to take, or working an occupation that they can be now very proud of. Or even giving back in ways that they never thought was originally possible. So those are the things that come to mind and that happen when you're living a good life and not in poverty. The other area of impact that you're not going to find on a statistical sheet is the generational impact, right? We've all heard of generational wealth, but when I think of this program, I think about generational success and generational work ethic and ensuring that generations to come in these families don't have to experience poverty, their kids don't have to experience poverty. And you'll hear Aaron always say it's breaking the cycle, right? It's breaking that cycle. So when I think about the past 25 years, I like to think and I like to picture the impact that those 1,000 people and how it's cascaded over countless number of people that they've touched over those years. So there are many folks still in the county that need our help. And on behalf of myself and Penn Community Bank, cheers to another 25 years. Thank you.
I know Commissioner Marseglia already did it, but I'd like to just take a moment to recognize our elected officials here this evening. Please, if you just hold your applause until the end. Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick, who we've heard from, and Commissioners Robert Harvey and Diane Marseglia. Thank you for coming. The Community Service Award was established in 2010 and is presented annually to an economic self-sufficiency alum who makes a commitment to the community in significant ways through volunteerism and other activities. This year, we are happy to present the award to Andrew Moser, class of 2018.
I just want to say it's great to have everyone here. I am so fortunate to have gone through this program. Prior to the event starting, I was talking to my former coach and, well, a dear friend. And I've done so many crazy things in my life, but nothing crazier than the last year where I did nothing but adult things. I no longer rent. I bought a house. I know, crazy in this market, but all those things aside, my wife mentors women in recovery, getting them back on their feet. I'm also a volunteer firefighter, because it was established in me through this program that giving back was so vital and important, and it's one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done. I just want to say thank you so much.
Please enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
May I have your attention? All right, good evening. It's good to hear all of the chatter and the talking. It's just a wonderful time here that we're all having. So if we could have your attention, we'd like to share with you a video. So the screen right back there, we'd like to have you enjoy this for a few minutes before we get started.
My coach, she had me draw a picture, and that picture haunts me. It really does. I drew a mountain and a huge boulder, and I drew myself trying to push this boulder up. On the other side of the picture, I was supposed to draw like where I wanted to be, and that was something that also haunted me because I really wanted to be where I saw myself when I started this program, and I am. I got there, and I'm not at that mountain anymore. I'm not pushing that boulder up. I am at the top, and I am waving my flag. And now I want to reach down and help other people get to the top as well.
I'm proud to say that I was here at the launch of the ES program. Back in 96, 97, we brought staff, together and what is this going to look like?
We were able to get the program started, and it's really the only program that I know of that succeeds in taking people who are on public assistance and leading them to self-sufficiency and independence. It's that intensity of support and the constant encouragement that really works.
What's so special about the program is the care. Something I've come to realize as I've gotten older is how much care, knowing someone cares, affects what you do for yourself.
Our coaches kind of fill that role of just the supporter. It's a life coach, it's a mentor, it's a boss.
It was like having a friend.
It is like having the supportive family member there.
I don't come from a huge family. I'm not married, so having somebody cheer for me was really, really important. And I learned how to cheer for myself.
I had, Tammy rooting me on and telling me I can do it. She gave me so much confidence that just because I had a hiccup in the road, that it wasn't the end.
It was almost like bumpers up in bowling. I never felt like I was going to go into the gutter. I never felt like I was going to drown or get too over my head. I just felt like I had the proper guidance.
The more people who are engaged in healthy
productive coaching, the healthier our community will be.
Honestly, just completely grateful that such a program existed for me to find my footing and have someone hold me accountable and really, help me reach for the stars.
What people don't always realize in the ES program is that all along you had the power, but you needed the support.
It made me feel like I can do it, and I did do it.
I think it's really important that we take time to celebrate ourselves, each victory that we have along the way. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cheer myself on, and I'm going to cheer on everybody else. I'm really excited to celebrate the next 25 years of Graduate.
That's the impact of 25 years, is that we've interrupted the pipeline to poverty. Because once you've been coached, once you get on your feet, you're able to help others.
I've become one of those people. I'm a resource now for others. It's part of being something bigger than myself. It's being part of a bigger picture.
I feel really special to be a part of the 25th graduating class. Even though this is graduation, the journey never ends. Now I'm an alum.
To the graduates, I am just so inspired by all of your accomplishments and your hard work, and we are incredibly proud.
Year after year, I've heard stories from you that have touched my heart. You have overcome many obstacles, but you met them head on with persistence and determination, and you should be very proud of what you've accomplished.
We value your resiliency, and former graduates and graduates always have a friend at BCOC.
If I can make it, you can make it, but you have to be determined and have strong willpower and believe in yourself, and you will achieve your goals.
I know where you're at now, and you should feel so proud and so excited for the future. I'm an ES graduate, and I'm determined to break down barriers to self-sufficiency.
I am an ES graduate, and I am free from poverty.
I am a fighter.
I'm proud, I'm happy, and even 25 years down the line, I hope the 50th year alum can feel even more special than I do.
Well, good evening to everyone. I'm Tammy Schoonover, and on behalf of BCOC, again, we welcome you to this 25th celebration of economic self-sufficiency. So tonight we celebrate the Economic Self-Sufficiency Program's silver anniversary, the 25th year of supporting individuals and families to achieve their future story. Silver symbolizes brilliance and radiance. Think about that, brilliance and radiance. BCOC has had a long-lasting commitment to the mission of reducing poverty and partnering with our community to promote economic self-sufficiency. Achieving economic self-sufficiency requires one to embark on a journey, and I believe you've heard the word journey mentioned several times. They're on a journey and they travel from one place to another. Traveling that road, as with any trip, requires time, flexibility, patience, and stamina. Though a journey can be challenging and stressful, there are achievements along the way that we celebrate. We reach maybe the first leg of our journey, or we stop by certain destinations to take pictures, and we enjoy that journey, and we celebrate the accomplishment. Likewise, BCOC recognizes that the journey to self-sufficiency has achievements along the way that must be celebrated to sustain the stamina necessary for the final destination. BCOC has identified 4 levels of achievement with identified benchmarks and a monetary recognition. These 4 levels are 1, progression, 2, recognition, 3, commendation, and 4, graduate. Will the participants who have achieved levels 1 through 3 please stand and let's give you a round of applause. Our Level 4 graduates have reached the final destination of BCOC's Economic Self-Sufficiency Program, and tonight, our community here celebrates this accomplishment. A common thread in our humanity is that all of us are on a journey, every single one of us. Our personal journeys often shape and guide us as we live out our daily lives. I read something recently that referenced the importance of remembering and reflecting on our own personal journeys. Remembering and reflecting can be a powerful resource, helping to give us perspective and the focus required to achieve future endeavors. Each of these graduates clearly remembers their journey. They remember those deep potholes, road closures, unexpected detours. However, the challenging memories did not distract them. Rather, the memories of their past journey provided the grit, the motivation to persevere. You know, I grew up on a farm, and I didn't know if I was telling this story, but I'm going to tell you. We put up grist, and I know you don't know what that is necessarily, but you take full cobs of corn, and you shovel them and put them in a burlap bag. And then you tie them up in a miller's knot, and then the feed company comes, picks up those bags, and then mills the corn to make the grain. And it is quite a process. And tonight, the corn has been milled, and the grain has been brought, and it's here. And it's quite a miracle, and it is quite a process. And so you have to think about that milling, and that's what they have done on this journey, is they've milled that corn into fruitful grain. BCOC is honored to have traveled that journey with these graduates, helping mitigate the intensity of the journey, filling in those unexpected potholes, providing that GPS guidance, and supporting the journey in other unique and very necessary ways. Recollection and celebration is indeed a community event, and we're very, very proud to have you all here. Tonight, let us open our eyes, watch very closely, and listen to the story, to the journey with intent. Let us all remember our journey and celebrate the miracle of arriving at our intended destination. So let's celebrate. So I'd like to invite Rebecca and Linda to the front. Rebecca and Linda.
Hi everyone. So I'm here to introduce Linda. We actually met back in 2018, and at the time I was surprised when I looked it up. She was making $8.50 an hour, only working 15 hours a week. She was just a single mom trying to pay her bills, and Linda just added a hot mess as well. So since enrolling in the program, Linda has actually received Gateway Scholarship money for her classes at Bucks and also her ServSafe certification. She became a 911 operator at the call center at one point, a server, a baker, she added a cook, and she's now working full-time as a dental assistant and then a lead bartender server at night. I honestly don't think there's anything Linda can't do. To be quite frank. But Linda, BCOC is so proud of you and all your accomplishments. Above all, you're just the best mom. I'm going to miss your smile and your cupcakes. Best of luck.
Thank you. Okay, so I wasn't sure whether I was going to say this or not, but the hot mess that I was I had severe depression. And when I came into the office and spoke to Deb, I couldn't even form a sentence because I was sobbing and I was suicidal. And through their help, I went to Ann Silverman's clinic and they got me on the meds I needed. And within a month, I think they said the turnaround was amazing. It's not always, you never know what's going to happen in your life. And sometimes you just need people to help you. And they did. They were there for me through everything. So, thank you.
Daniela, please come forward.
Hi. So Danielle enrolled in the ES program not too long ago. It was during the peak of COVID. So like many others, she was unemployed and her unemployment benefits had ran out. So she had no means to pay for her monthly rent or her bills. So when she started with BCOC, she started working with Deb, and she's now back to work full-time as a quality assurance specialist, right? Mm-hmm. For a major insurance company, and she also just got a donated car through the Wheels program. So with reliable transportation, steady income, stable housing, she's no longer living paycheck to paycheck. I wish you the best of luck for you and Sadie.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Mary and Joe.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see everybody again. Joe and I started working together in February of 2020 after he came to BCOC for rental assistance. In our initial meeting, I couldn't help to wonder if he even needed my help. It seemed he was making good choices in his life, but then it became clear. Joe said to me, "Mary, I lost my license about 2 years ago. In order to get it back, I need to pay off all my fines." So Joe and I came up with a budget, and he stuck to it. His license was reinstated a little over a year, and within a month, a car was available from our Wheels program. Joe was thrilled. He could now expand his job search to find better employment opportunities, and receiving this vehicle gave Joe a sense of relief and independence. He no longer needed his bike for his main source of transportation. Joe was also an active participant in our 6-week Getting Ahead class. He continues now to work with our employment coach, and his main goal would be to utilize his BA degree in speech-language pathology while working on completing his master's. It's been such a pleasure working with Joe. When he joined the ES program, he set a goal to become self-sufficient and get his life back on track, and that's exactly what he achieved.
Words really can't describe how immensely grateful I feel right now, but I'll try my best. I want to thank Mary for her support over the past 2 years, the whole BCOC and all of its faculty and staff, all of the anonymous donors who have contributed to the program and have benefited me and my fellow peers, and just the community of Bucks County. It's given me so much over the past 2 years. I hope to give it all back.
Jackie and Naomi.
Noemi worked full-time in manufacturing, lifting heavy material for over 25 years. Although she was a hardworking woman, she knew her income was not enough to support herself and her 2 small children on just $12.50 an hour. In October of 2016, Noemi received a shutoff notice from the borough and was uncertain how she was going to resolve her crisis until she came to BCOC. After receiving assistance to keep her heat in her home, Noemi quickly joined ES and began working on goals towards self-sufficiency. She participated in the ESL classes through VITA, Getting Ahead, attended Bucks County Community College for her CNA certification with the help from the Gateway Scholarship, and received resume support through our BCOC employment specialist. Despite the obstacles that she faced, Noemi kept going. I am sure her children are just as proud of her as we are. Noemi's plan is to work in the nursing home to gain more experience in her field as a CNA. I wish you all the best as you continue with your future story.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Can April come up front, please?
In May of 2018, April, who was just 20 years old, came to BCOC, desperately seeking assistance with her car inspection. April's partner had just lost his job, and she worked part-time while raising their 2-month-old, Evelyn. Her family was really struggling to make ends meet. April's income was only enough to cover her rent, and the hardship wasn't over. April's partner abruptly moved out of state. She was now a young, single mother raising a baby on her own with a small circle of support. April tragically lost both her parents during her high school years. And despite her losses, she knew she could count on her sister and BCOC for help as we enrolled her in ES. April moved into her sister's home until she could figure out the next steps. Without hesitation, April quickly applied for childcare, enrolled at the Bucks County Community College for her pharmaceutical technician certification, and received a Gateway Scholarship. April struggled to pass her boards, yet this did not stop her. She obtained another certification through Del Valle University and received her certification in equine massage therapy. During this journey, she received assistance with tuition for classes, her state boards, car repair, gas, food, and utilities, adopt a family, a Wheels to Work vehicle to help her reach her dreams of one day becoming self-sufficient. In April's ES application, she quotes, "I am applying for the ES program to be free of all government subsidies." And with the support of BCOC and the spark of motivation she had to provide a better life for Evelyn, April did it. She moved into her own apartment with her daughter and eventually met a new fella, Justin, who would soon be a part of their family. They both work full-time at a car dealership, increasing their household income significantly. April's future goal is to continue her education and one day become a homeowner. It was a pleasure working with April, and I'm just so proud of how much she has accomplished.
So I made my speech. I'm winging it today. But so because of everybody here, I just want to thank everybody for anybody who's helped or donors or anything like that. So because of this, because of my certification, I now work on the weekends on top of working full-time as an equine massage therapist. And my goals in the next 5 to 10 years is to be an equine nutritionist. So I'm going to go back to school. And for Del Val, thank you, everyone.
Jen Messenger and Angela.
Hi everyone. Angela joined the ES program in 2020 when she was carving out a new life for herself. The pandemic would not stop her from going after her dreams and taking charge of her future. Ange has an incredible work ethic, and with her tenacity, she has been unstoppable these past 2 years. Ange has checked off so many of the boxes for the things she wanted to accomplish: a new apartment, a new car, a successful career, and I couldn't be more proud of her. I wish you nothing but the best as you continue to move forward. Congratulations.
Hi, I really just wanted to thank Jen, the whole council, and all the donors for all your help. I've learned a lot through this process, and with all the resources made available, it has really opened my eyes to what I want to continue to do in the future. So I just really wanted to say thank you.
Michelle, come to the front, please.
Michelle joined the ES program in the fall of 2020. She was already working really hard on her goals, so she outlined for me what she wanted her future story to look like. And I'm so excited to say she's living that dream now. She works full-time at a job she enjoys, she has a beautiful new apartment, and she's already began to plan her next steps for both career and her education. Michelle is incredibly inspiring to have worked with for a lot of reasons, but mostly because she handles every barrier with absolute grace. I consider myself very lucky to have been part of her journey. Congratulations. Thank you.
Oh man, I'm nervous. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about where I used to be and where I'm at today. More importantly, some of the tools that helped me achieve all my goals. Active addiction took everything from me, especially my loved ones, all my support, which led me pretty vulnerable, and without any support, shame just took over. And at first I was using substances to feel good, and the next thing I was just using them to not feel anything. Completely numb to my reality. I struggled with addiction for over 20 years. After that amount of time, it's hard to imagine yourself out of that capacity. The constant relapse, constant cognitive distortions leave you stuck in that cycle. 3 years ago, I got arrested. I detoxed in jail. I was tired, weary, wondering what was next for me. This is where I made the decision to change my life. I didn't really know what to do. I just knew I needed to do something different. Because originally I'm from Philly. I knew I needed to leave the city, leave my past if I really wanted to move forward and have a fresh start. I got accepted to a 2-year long-term program, a nonprofit organization called The Well. This program saved my life, and I'm forever grateful. This program offered me structure and stability and made it possible for me to break that never-ending cycle. This program was designed different. Instead of focusing on everything I did in my addiction, it focused on what happened to me that led me to my addiction. It really focused on my trauma, showed me how to grow, how to withstand the pains associated with growing, because growing hurts. I started working with Bucks County Opportunity Center 2 years ago, and they've helped me in so many ways. case management, gift cards when I started working because I couldn't even buy myself work clothes. Gift cards for Christmas, the match program. A donor is helping me get a car as long as I get my GED, which I went 2 times and I missed it by 5 points, but I'm going back. That's all that matters. All this has really just been a godsend because being a single mom, it's really difficult to make ends meet. Even though I have a great job, things are really expensive. So all the help and support just really means a lot. It really is amazing to me that people were so willing to help someone that they don't even know. And it's really just made like all the difference for me. I've become self-sufficient, independent, I have a good job, and more importantly, I have my daughter back with me. We're rebuilding our relationship, and I just really want to thank everybody. Thank you, Jen, and thank you all for all your support and encouragement. It really means a lot. Thank you.
And Laura, can she come to the front?
Laura joined the ES program when she was rebuilding her life after a series of difficult events. She was working full-time, she was about to start nursing school, and she was doing all of this during the height of the pandemic. Through her undeniable grit and determination, Laura has flourished. She flourished in school, she was the recipient of several scholarships, and she went on to graduate and immediately pass her NCLEX. She now works full-time as a nurse in long-term care. I feel honored to have been part of her journey, and I'm so excited that she is living her future story. Congratulations.
I'm a little nervous. It was about 2.5 years ago. I walked into the Bristol office because I lived in Lower Bucks, and unfortunately, Carrie, who was my original case manager, is not here this evening due to being unwell. She asked me what was my dream. When you don't know what your next step is going to be, you don't have a dream. You don't have a future. You have a moment, and it's the moment that you live in right then. I went home. I went to the home that I was living in, and I knew I had to take paperwork back to her. And I walked in that office the next day, and I told her that I have wanted to be a nurse for as far back as I can remember. And she looked at me and she said, then let's do it. Who does that? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. Why would you want to help me? The grace that BCOC has is immeasurable. I worked hard. I moved to Upper Bucks with BCOC's assistance. I have a home that I rent, but it is on 5.5 acres. I moved in 11 days before I started nursing school. I have a phenomenal life. And the road to this was not unlike many of the roads that people feel are paved for themselves. I know that there are quite a few individuals in the program now sitting in this room, and it's not easy. And it is probably one of the toughest things you will do. The other side of the mountain is there. Anything. Take the moment to breathe. Take the moment to dream, even if it seems silly. This is the end result. I have a job I love. I am now putting money in the bank, being able. I have 2 savings accounts, guys. 2. Okay. 2. That's after rent is paid. That's after putting horribly expensive gas in my car that I received through the program. The next goal is to continue school and get a house with my name on it. When I came into the program, I left a 13-year relationship that was, we'll just say it wasn't what it was supposed to be. The best thing I did and the hardest thing was leaving. And I look back and I thank it because it gave me the tenacity and the fortitude to be who I am today with the support of this entire organization. Thank you. Doesn't seem like enough. But I am beyond grateful for everything that everyone in any capacity that they have has given and continues to give to BCOC. Thank you.
So let's just give another round of applause. So I believe Jake shared that I retired, and this is the moment where I'm passing the baton. So I'd like to invite Heather forward, please. Where is Heather? Oh, there she is. Heather is the Director of Client Services, and Heather is here, and she's going to take the torch and introduce you to 3 additional graduates that we have.
Thank you, Tammy. I love the ES program, and I promise I will work as hard as I can to make it continue to be doing great things as it was doing under you. Each graduate embodies the motivation, hard work, and achievement required to build their resources to self-sufficiency despite any obstacles they may have faced. The next 4 graduates, however, have been selected to receive an additional award. The first award, Reach for the Stars, was inaugurated in 2005. The Reach for the Stars Award recognizes a graduate who demonstrates extraordinary determination, perseverance, and motivation. This year we have 2 winners. Our first Reach for the Stars winner is Kate. Would Kate and Michael please come up to the front?
Hi, everyone. So I met Kate in 2008. 2018, sorry. I wasn't here in 2008. So she came to BCOC for help with a car repair. She had recently completed the RISE program through A Woman's Place, and she let me know that she was ready to get back in the workforce and ready to make strides towards economic self-sufficiency. At this appointment, she completed a mental model, which you all saw. It was very simple. She drew a mountain with a sick person rolling a boulder up a hill, rolling it up one side. The boulder was a metaphor for the many things that were going on in Kate's life at the time.
Throughout her time in the program, there were the highs, the times where she was closer to the top of the mountain, and there were also times where the ground may have been a little muddy and she had to take a few steps back. Throughout her time in the program and up until today, she continues to set goals and accomplishes them one by one. She continues to reach for the stars, and I'm so honored to be sharing this moment with you. Congratulations.
Thank you everyone for cheering for me. There was a time where I didn't really feel like I could cheer for myself. So to hear all you all cheer for me is really something. I want to say thanks to everyone here for taking the time, for caring. Thank you to my coach and to Mary and April. April led the Getting Ahead program, which I took with Joe, and I'm so happy to see you here, Joe. That was a game changer for me because it really put things into perspective for me. When I started the program, I really felt like on paper I was a failure. I felt like I really wasn't ever going to be in a position to achieve anything of note, that I was behind all of my friends and their perfect lives on Instagrams and their beautiful jobs and things that just didn't apply to me. I had the support of my mother, Susan Bromley, who's here with me tonight. She's been my greatest cheerleader for my entire life, and I couldn't be here without her. So I'd like to say thanks, Mom. And my beautiful son, Logan Michael, who's here with me as well, celebrating. Everything I do, Logan, is for you. I want to make you proud every step of the way, and you've given me the motivation and the drive to do so. I'm so proud to be your mommy, and I'm really proud of myself, and that's really not something that I've had an opportunity to say out loud very often. So thank you again. Thank you for the gift cards, for the families that sign up to buy Logan Christmas presents and things like that, gas cards. You really don't know what an impact that makes on us every single day. Thank you so much. I look forward to being here to celebrate the future graduates. Be proud of yourselves. You may not graduate yet, but you will, and I'll be here to cheer you on as well. Thank you.
Our second Reach for the Stars Award winner is Lauren. Would Lauren and Rebecca please come to the front?
Lauren is just as nervous as I am, so bear with us. Lauren was working as a family support specialist, kind of similar to what we coaches do, for another Bucks County nonprofit. And although she really loved her job, it just wasn't enough to pay for her expenses. So she enrolled at PSU and received a scholarship from the VIA. And in 2021, she graduated with her bachelor's in psychology and received a pay increase, a new position as a facilitator, and she's actually now attending Edinburgh College for her master's in social work and hopes to be a licensed clinical social worker when she completes it, which would be what year? 2 years now?
Next August.
Next August. Lauren, you're such a good mother to your boys, and you're such a role model to all of us at BCOC. I can't wait to see where you go with your future story and how far you go. Congratulations.
So I just want to thank everyone that's helped me get to this point, and the support from Rebecca has been great. And also, yeah, I'm not done yet. This is not the end for me. I have so much farther to go, and I'm just looking forward to helping everyone as much as I can. Thank you.
Our second award is in partnership with the Community Action Association of Pennsylvania. We would like to invite the Community Action Association of Pennsylvania's Executive Director, Beck Moore, up to the front to help present this award.
Hi, everyone. Just so you know, anybody that comes to a podium is always nervous. I, for one, am always worried about something being unbuttoned or unzipped. And it was once, so it's a good lesson to check before you step up here. So I just want to say before I share about the award, just to thank you to Erin and her team at BCOC for inviting me this evening. The work of the association is really oftentimes sort of outside of the day-to-day of community action, so I feel really blessed and privileged to be able to be here tonight and hear your stories and be included. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. So the Community Action Association of Pennsylvania Self-Sufficiency Award was inaugurated in 1997, and given annually, this state award recognizes individuals in each county across Pennsylvania who have faced challenges head-on with focused determination, achieving self-sufficiency that includes strong personal and community support. This year's Community Action Association of Pennsylvania Self-Sufficiency Award winner, Leanne Mock. Would Leanne and Rebecca please come to the front?
Leanne and I first met when she lost her employment of over a decade. She was actually a leasing manager for an apartment complex, and through no fault of her own, lost her job and ultimately lost her home because of that. Fortunately, she was able to receive unemployment through a lengthy appeal process. She then found temporary housing and became a substitute teacher in Philadelphia School District. She had a master's in education and always wanted to return to the field, but needed the support, encouragement, and her recertification. She's now a math teacher for a private school in Yardley, working with students with special needs. Leanne is committed to helping the population that she loves and hopes to give back to the community through the work. Congrats to you, Leanne.
Thank you. This is so amazing. I'm honored and proud to be receiving this Economy Self-Sufficiency Award this year. I look back on the journey I've been on for the past few years, and sometimes I can't believe I made it through. A few years ago, tragedy struck and my life had changed forever. Then a series of horrible events followed that I just couldn't stop no matter how hard I tried. But I just had to keep fighting every day, and then I reached out to the Opportunity Council. From that moving on, they have been a constant support system for me. I had heard about the council, but I never knew how amazing they are and how much I needed them. I have never experienced anything quite like this before except for my wonderful church. Without the Opportunity Council, I don't think I would be standing here tonight and finally be self-sufficient once again. Life is finally becoming a wonderful journey. I am blessed to be a teacher now at New Hope Academy in Yardley. I work with middle school students with math, science, and social studies, but more importantly than the academics, I give them unconditional love and support they need to overcome their hard obstacles in their life. I want to especially thank Rebecca Minchner and Lori Lewis for being my own personal angels on earth. Words cannot express my gratitude to them, the Opportunity Council, and everyone for caring so much about the lives of others. Thank you very much.
The last award for this evening is the Mark Worthington Achievement Award. Mark, would you please come up to present this year's Mark Worthington Award? And also, if Katie and Mary would like to come up, and you can be up here while Mark is presenting the award. Thank you.
Good evening again. Katie joined our ES Self-Sufficiency program in 2017. She had a Section 8 voucher at the time, but within 6 months of joining the program, Katie walked into my office and said, "Mary, I did it." I handed my voucher in. Katie appreciated having the voucher. She utilized it when she needed it the most. She's a single mom to 3 children. The youngest is 2 and the oldest is 22. Katie's been at her job for almost 10 years now and loves what she does. She works at Arden Courts in Yardley as an Alzheimer's specialist coordinator. Katie used her match savings account to move into a more affordable apartment for herself and her 2 youngest children. Her goal was home ownership within 3 years. And Katie recently started her own business called Katie Cares. Katie has amazed me from the beginning, never giving up and always striving to do better. And I couldn't be more proud of my Mark Worthington Award winner.
I'm very proud to present this to you this evening. You are an extraordinary graduate, starting your own business and doing very well. And I'm proud to give this to you.
Thank you.
Well, a caseworker told me to wing it. But I also want to give her an award today. It's the best caseworker and friend ever of 2022. So I would like to thank everybody for everything they have done for me and my children. The one's running around somewhere. He did so good though. But I appreciate everything. I work still with Mary, with giving back, with my Alzheimer's patients and everything like that. So the business is going very well. I just hired some employees, and I'm also starting another business in the next 6 months with Bristol Township, getting kids off the streets and getting them into football and basketball. So I'm working on that. But I do appreciate everything everybody has done for me and my children. Thank you.
All right, thank you everybody. That concludes our presentation of graduates for tonight. Now I would like to call our CEO, Aaron Lucas, to the podium.
I have the honor, oh my gosh, Joe, this is loud. Okay, I have the honor of giving the Champion of Self-Sufficiency Award for 2022. First, I want to thank you all for coming to celebrate our 25th Economic Self-Sufficiency graduation. And at this time, we're going to honor our champion. As you have learned tonight, achieving self-sufficiency is no easy feat. It takes a village and significant resources. This year's champion is a founder of this program who has helped BCOC build a solid foundation, provided direction, support, and leadership for over 25 years. Tammy Schoonover really doesn't need a formal introduction, but I will take a minute to acknowledge and applaud her. As you know, Tammy retired earlier this year from her career with BCOC, and while that was a big loss for BCOC, we are secure because Tammy has left her mark and her forms, her guidelines, directions, the rules, and recommendations all joking aside, she left everything for us impeccable. So there's no question of how to do this program or how to do anything at BCOC, really. Heather, you inherited gold from Tammy. We have benefited from her insistence and high expectations of the staff. Programs at BCOC flourished under her direction, and for that we are grateful. I've had the honor of working with Tammy for nearly 22 years. She is someone who gets it. She understands that at the core of every human is a desire to succeed at something. And she understood that BCOC could help foster that desire through our ES program. As Tammy would say, that's the good stuff. And every BCOC employee knows that's Tammy's response when something good happens. That's the good stuff. So we are proud to honor Tammy Schoonover with this year's Champion of Self-Sufficiency Award. There is no more deserving candidate. Tammy?
That's good stuff, all right. So an adjective to describe me has never been a champion. So I guess I'm a champion. And this isn't a participation trophy either.
It's 25-year participation.
Yeah. But I do want to say one thing. You know, when people make their way out of poverty, you throw a party. And I've said that for 25 years, and I've attended 25 parties. So this is special to me. It's special to just my work and everything that I've done. And most of all, I've witnessed resiliency for over 37 years. But for 25 years, I have watched a group of resilient people, despite some horrible, horrible obstacles, achieve their dream in their future story. And I do know that people in poverty are problem solvers, and they can find a way. They just need a little bit of support. So I am proud of BCOC. I will always be proud of BCOC. And I still call it my agency, but that may, I'll always be here and be a supporter of it. So congratulations to tonight's graduate. This is about you, not about me. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. Tough act to follow, always. I don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you know this, but we delayed this event twice because we did not want to minimize this milestone. It was a difficult decision at the time, but I know it was the right one, and I'd say it was worth the wait. Since 1997, 1,037 people in 373 families have worked hard to gain economic stability through the ES program. And over the past 21 years, I have had the pleasure of seeing 297 families accomplish their goals and realize their dreams. And it has truly been my honor. Please, let's give a round of applause one more time for tonight's graduates. Thank you. In January of 2020, just before the world shut down, I had the honor of attending Oprah's Vision Tour in North Carolina. It was an inspiring day filled with so many stories of hardworking people who reached for their dreams and accomplished them. But one particular quote struck me. Oprah said, "Nourish what makes you feel confident, connected, and contented, an opportunity will rise to meet you." I remember feeling a sense of calm and also pride after hearing those words. I thought about my work here at BCOC and knew I felt all of those things in my role. Confident that we were doing important work of changing lives with outcomes to show it. Connected to my community through partnerships and participants. And contented because I was so proud of the work and the staff and everything that we do here. I felt content that we were doing as much as we could to combat poverty. And then the pandemic came along. And I was no longer confident, certainly not connected, unless, through Zoom, and not at all content. But BCOC staff got to work. We made new plans, and opportunity rose to meet us. These last 2 years have certainly tested us and made us question and change programs and protocols. But the ES programs, practices, and principles stood up, even in a pandemic. 14 families who graduated tonight are living proof. I am always inspired by our graduates. Honestly, the hard work each family has put in to accomplish their goals is truly amazing. And earlier tonight, our board chair, Mike Mills, mentioned that he admired the graduates' courage to seek help. And that is such an important piece of the puzzle. Because asking for help or recognizing you need help isn't always easy, especially when faced with many hardships and not enough time. Our team at BCOC wants to make access to resources more equitable, and we have been working on a few things to make that happen. In August of 2021, BCOC opened the Serving Bucks Together Center with partner agencies, Habitat for Humanity, the YWCA of Bucks County, and the Bucks County Housing Group. All agencies are working to combat poverty, and now we are doing that together. At SBT, we love our acronyms here at BCOC. So at SBT, we are focused on the Warminster area as there is a gap in available resources there. BCOC began to outreach to the Latino community after results of the 2020 census indicated that median family income for Latino families was the lowest in the county, at about $59,000 per household. Compare that to white households, this is about $120,000, and African-American households at $72,000. So we saw an opportunity to improve our service footprint and ease access to resources. BCOC hired a bilingual coach, Blanca Monclau, and I know she's here. Put your hand up. Over there she is. Who is focused on community outreach to make sure people are aware of our services and welcoming them to join our ES program. Through that work, we really hope that we can begin to close the wealth gap through education and employment. Speaking of education, I'm delighted to share some exciting news with you. Beginning this spring, BCOC is entering into a new partnership with Bucks County Community College. Our ES coaches will be on campus to address challenges that often cause students to make the difficult decision to drop out. Things like lack of food, no money for gas or a broken car, childcare expenses, book costs, and many other roadblocks to self-sufficiency. We have worked with the college for years, and we are thrilled to take this next step to building an even stronger partnership. And I think that we'll begin to break down some of those barriers that when people are seeking help, we're going to eliminate some of that time that people have to travel to our office. We'll be there. We'll come to them. We have a lot of new opportunities coming our way, and we are excited to share more with you in the coming months. So I'd say that opportunity is rising to meet us. I want to wrap up by thanking the staff of the Opportunity Council for their work these past couple of years. I know that it has not been easy. We have pushed ourselves to the limits. We have all struggled through, but we have, I'd say, conquered the pandemic as best as we could. You're our greatest asset, and without you, BCOC doesn't exist. Thank you to the graduates for pushing through all the challenges and for celebrating your successes with us. Your triumphs are what keep the staff going. Each win for you has been celebrated by people you didn't even know were cheering for you. You make this work a pleasure every day, and we are so proud of the work that you have accomplished, the dreams that you have accomplished. I'd like to thank the Board of Directors for your support and the gentle push to keep growing this organization. Over the past 7 years, our budget has grown 189%. Right, Sarah Jane? And the size of the staff has doubled. When I started as the ED, I think we had 22 staff, and we have 53 staff now. We just keep growing. We're out of room, so if you have any space, we really need some space. I thank each of you for believing in us and challenging us to be our best and do more. Until poverty is gone, we can't be content. Changing lives is something that takes time, compassion, and resources. We will continue to grow our resources so that we can really make a dent in poverty. Finally, thank you, all of you, for making Bucks County a community which offers opportunity for all people, and for helping BCOC be the organization that puts the supports in place so that people can grab those opportunities. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for joining us for our 25th anniversary. If I could have the graduates, the staff, and the BCOC board come up front and come up here for a photo. Thank you so much.